everybody, and I'm so excited to be able to announce this Wonders of the World KAL knit along for the year of 2017. Now, let me give you some backstory. So, Fatima of the Knit Knacker podcast had this idea, and I think we were just talking on Instagram or something, and she said basically, wouldn't it be amazing if we could do like a KAL based on every continent, so excluding Antarctica, which I'm sure you do need a lot of knitwear down there, but I don't think there's many people down there, and I don't know of any podcasters down there, so that ruled that one out. Maybe we could, so basically we're going to do one continent for every month of the first half of 2017. So we're going to start off with Australia and New Zealand, which is me. I mean, I know I'm Irish, but I'm in Australia and New Zealand. And hopefully I'm planning on meeting up with a couple of podcasters from down here, and I'm going to be talking about them a lot. And what I've decided to do is I'm going to start a new project every week, and I'm going to be knitting with Australian or New Zealand wool, but I've only managed to get my hands on Australian wool, and Australian New Zealand designs from designers. So I'm really excited. I've sent all my stuff home that I am not going to work on, and I've just been working on little Christmas presents in anticipation to clear off the needles. So I'm so excited. Are you? So I will be running my part of the KAL. I'll be kicking off the KAL on the 1st of January all the way through to the end of January. And I'm going to open up one thread in my Ravelry group, and that's going to be a big chatter thread. What I really want to do with my month is to introduce you to the amazing designers and yarn dyers that I have discovered down in Australia. And just to kind of pique your interest, to have a little search. I've been compiling a list of designs that I love, and I'm going to be putting that in the Ravelry group as well. So you can have a little look. Now, the prizes have been specially designed by an Australian dyer, and it's all been organised by Fatima of the Knit Knacker podcast, and I will have that, hopefully, or pictures of it soon. Maybe here, but we'll see. I also have a beautiful skein that was donated by Hannah of Circus Tonic Handmade, an amazing Sydney dyer, which I've already done an interview with. And yeah, I'm going to be collecting little bits and bobs from other designers. I'm hoping to meet up with Peter of Dingo Dye Works, and I'm hopefully going to organise a prize of that as well. If any other Australian designers, or I'm going to either spread it up into, depending on how many entries I get, I'm going to try and give a prize for, I don't know how many I'm going to get, but it's going to be amazing. What I also want to do is open it up for the whole month, the whole 6 months, and I'm going to have one big thread, and that's going to be the FO thread, because I know that some people would like. There's some amazing cardigan and jumper designers down here. Skein Kristen from Skein Yarn. She has some amazing designs, and I'm working on trying to figure out what garment I'm going to start. I'm not very organised, I'm sorry. I'm just going to talk about it all. So yeah, one thread during January is going to be all chatter, and you can talk about your progress, you can talk about some yarns and some designers that you've found if you want to do that, and any projects that you want to start. Now, I'm not only going to limit it to that sort, to designers and yarn. I also, if you can convince me that your design is Australian inspired, then you can also, just chat away in there. But the final objects will have to be knit by the end of the 6 months. Maybe there'll be a special bonus if you finished it in the month, if it's like a hat or some mittens or a shawl or something, but I'll figure it out as I go. So, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit sick at the moment, but I decided I would have to film all of these before I actually release them, because I'm currently in a town in Western Australia with no internet. So if you've been following my vlog, you will know this, and you will know that it's a little bit haphazard at best. But during the middle of the month, or actually on the 9th of January, I'm moving down to Tasmania. And what I'm really interested in doing, I've got about 7 weeks work down there, maybe 6 weeks. Maybe 6 weeks work down there, but I really want to try and find some white gum wool from down there. So let me talk about the first project that I'm going to be. So I've got this beautiful skein of blue, brown, kind of navy blue gum wool, which is the most, or white gum wool, sorry, the most beautiful, oh my gosh, the most beautiful yarn I have ever touched. Like, it's so soft. The hand of it, it's super plump, really soft and squishy. So I'm really excited to start that. And I have at least got the patterns. I'm going to be attempting the Fine and Dandy socks by the Sweater Company. Or no, the Sweater Co. Yes. Who is an Australian designer, the Sweater Co. She has an amazing amount of socks, which are beautiful. But these are the Fine and Dandy socks, which did the rounds a couple of months ago. So I'll go and be trying these. I'm a bit worried because they're my first toe-up socks, and that little flower bit apparently is a little bit tricky. But I've got everything I need, so I'm going to try. Now the second thing I'm going to start is I'm using some yarn by the wonderful Peta from Dingo Dye Works. And this is blue gum on her fair dinkum base. And look at the little stitch marker. And this is sustainable wool from non-muled sheep. That's just so beautiful. It's 100% ultrafine merino, fingering weight. Wash me ever so gently. Hand washed delicately. So it's this beautiful kind of soft off grey blue. It's got a tinge of like a really light green as well. Oh, it's just gorgeous. It's just coming up grey there. But what I've decided to do is a beautiful pattern by the amazing Libby Johnson, Truly Myrtle, whose audio podcast I am in love with. So she's a New Zealand dyer. And I'm going to hold the yarn double and make this beautiful hat. It's called Koru, and it's based on the tiny little baby ferns. And the symbol, there's a kind of the national plant of New Zealand, is the fern. Which, it's just a beautiful symbol. So I'm just going to read it for you. Full of beautiful detail, Koru is a light feminine hat with a slightly slouchy shape that will show off your most gorgeous DK yarn, or fingering held double, which was Tina's idea. Thanks, Tina, you're a genius. The lace and cable panel grows effortlessly from the brim and is reminiscent of New Zealand's baby ferns, delicate and gently uncurling. Subtle textured stripes add elegant detailing to the body of the hat and give your hat a stylish twist. So Koru is a pattern perfectly suited to experienced knitters and to those who are eager for a challenge. The pattern includes both written and charted instructions with links to step-by-step photo instructions. She's an amazing pattern designer and pattern writer. She has, this amazing new sweatshirt. It's like a jumper or a pullover with a beautiful deep V-neck, and it's called Oatmeal, and it's part of the Chicken Lady series, I think. Yeah. So she's got a wrap and a hat and a jumper as part of that series, and go have a look at Oatmeal. It's so pretty. I wish I had enough DK yarn in my stash to do it, but I don't. But that's going to be on the list. So what else am I doing? So that's what I'm going to start the second week, probably. Now, there's another one here. Hang on. Oh, the Sweater Company's notes are beautiful. Gorgeous. So many. Then, have I got lost now? Where is it? Oh, so I found this amazing designer yesterday. Alison Loligier. And her yarn and design business is called Kindred. And it's this beautiful cowl. And I think I'm going to use it uses white gum wool as well. I think it uses worsted, 168 yards in a skein. I'm not sure. White gum wool boucle. So it uses 6.5mm needles, so it would be worsted, wouldn't it, or Aran? But it's gorgeous. See those little lace patterns there? I think it has an option for a single or double loop cowl. One skein does the single and 2 skeins does the double. But it's beautiful, beautiful. Have a look at Kindred Yarn and Design, or Alison, that name, I can't pronounce it. But she's Australian as well. I think she's based in Canberra. Gorgeous. I also want to, so I've spoken about Kirsten from Skein Yarn, and I want to cast on her, what's the word? She has a beautiful pullover. It's made of fingering weight, and it's got a beautiful lace panel, lace yoke. I think it's from the top down. Lace yoke, lacy sleeves. I think I might stop the lace there and just do straight. Depends how much wool I have. And a straight body down. It's got a bit of negative eat, which I do enjoy. I do like that. It's quite fitted, very nice. And I'm sure you could adjust it because this lacy yoke is beautiful up the top. Excuse me, sorry, my throat's a bit funny. But I'm going to be using some Circus Tonic handmade yarn. So I'm going to be adjusting the pattern a little bit and striping a little bit because I don't have enough of one colour. Because I can't just buy one colour, although I should. As going forward in the new year, I'm going to be buying more sweater quantities of yarn and less single skeins. That's what I'm going to do. So yes, I've got that choice to make. And I also want, yes, I've got those socks, and I want to use that rainbow skein of yarn from Oz Farmer's Harvest, that rainbow gradient in a cowl, but it is a fingering weight, so I need to find a fingering weight cowl for that. But that's what this month is all about. So this month is all about finding patterns, discovering new yarns, and just thinking about a continent you've never even thought of before. So after the end of my continent, it switches then to South Africa, and we go to Sally Jane of Pink Hair Girl, and her podcast. And I'm so interested to find out all the things of the huge continent of Africa, which I don't know anything about. And that's what I'm really interested in. So I'm really fascinated by places that I've never even heard of, and cultures, and different types of fiber arts, you know. I just don't have a clue. So I'm really excited about that. And then the next month is going to be Fatima, and she is the whole continent of Asia. She's a big deal. So she's got a huge amount of stuff going on, and I'm really interested in that as well, because, you know, I don't really hear much about Asia, especially apart from Japan. So she's got all those Japanese knitting patterns and lace designs. Oh my gosh. And maybe I don't know what she's doing. We're all doing our months separately, but we've all collaborated really wonderfully on this. Everyone has been so great. Okay, after Asia, it then flips to Europe, which has been hosted so kindly, which is being hosted really kindly by Dan and Kay of the Bakery Bears, who are based in the UK. And they have done some incredible editing, and I want to thank him so much for the incredible trailer that you've just seen. It was so funny. It was so much fun to do, and it was really great to work with him. So they're going to be running the month of April. So then we move from Europe to North America. And North America is going to be hosted by Shannon from the Socksetra podcast, which is so wonderful. She's got a huge amount of work to do. Well, she's got a huge amount of things to choose from, because America and the UK America and Europe have quite a lot of, a history of fibre history. So that'll be really interesting to try and find new things and new designers and new different, maybe concentrating on local yarn dyers and mills and things like that. That might be really interesting. Anyway, it's totally up to you, Shannon. But I'm really excited about that. And then our final continent, which is the continent where the sun gets to just a little bit later, is in South America. And I am really excited about South America because it's a new podcast that's just started, but she's not very new to the fibre arts. She has a huge wealth of experience, and she has a new amazing podcast called Chile Knits. So Connie is based in Santiago in Chile, and I am so delighted that I managed to contact her and become friends with her because she's so wonderful. So I'm really excited. South America, of course, has a huge fibre history as well. So I'm just really, really fascinated to do that. And I think I'm going to be casting on something every month for each of the KALs. So what you need to do is start looking at designs, start looking for patterns, start looking for designers. I'm going to be putting up a big list of all of my discoveries that I've been doing over the last month, all of my research. Have a little look and see if there's anything you'd like to do, maybe order some yarn. So what I'm going to do, the month of January is your starting point, okay? It's your jumping off point. So get chatting about the yarns you're going to use. I'm going to open up the thread now, and the different designs you're going to look at. And I hope you really enjoy this discovery of our planet through the knitting arts. And I think it would be wonderful to kind of create a more cohesive view of the fibre arts, the fibre cultures all around the globe, because I feel like 2017 needs to be a year of unity, don't you? I think it's such a fantastic idea that Fatima had. I want to thank her so much for allowing me to help and allowing me to step up. And if anyone else wants to join me, any other podcasters want to join me on this month hosting Australia, please do. I'm obviously not Australian, so I really want you to take part. And if you want to promote your own business or anything, just get in contact with me or just start talking about it on your podcast. Please do. It would be amazing to start, just kind of, I feel like Australia kind of sees itself as this continent, huge continent, down at the bottom of the world, kind of, but I'm saying that we need to spread the word about Australia, because I did not know anything about it. I did know a little bit, but nothing about the fibre arts. When I was travelling around, I discovered that Australia was built on the sheep's back. Did not know that. Australia is perfectly positioned. It has the best wool, best merino in the world. It's what we export, Australia and New Zealand. It's what we export most. There's more sheep in New Zealand than there are people. The wool is a massive bastion of economic and cultural significance in Australia. And I would love for you to come on this journey with me, specifically looking at Australian designers and Australian and New Zealand designers and Australian and New Zealand wool. So I hope you're as excited as I am. Yay! Wonders of the world, KAL. That was exhausting.